What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and today we had an extremely bullish day in the stock market and now we need to start talking about a potential blow off top scenario. First up, let's take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so today on SPY we went up 0.44% and blasted right through that price target at 351. Now you can also see there is a resistance trend line that we also did break above. So this is an extremely bullish breakout day. Now anytime you get a breakout like this, you have to remember that it's always possible it's going to be a false breakout and we're due for a pullback almost immediately going into the next trading session. So going into tomorrow's trading session, look to see if 451 is going to act as support or if we blast right through it like it's not even there and it does not act as a support level. It's always possible you get these FOMO rallies which lead to a short squeeze, which cause you to overshoot a resistance level, but it's not actually really a bullish breakout because it's just a short squeeze or a FOMO rally. So if you don't see the price action following through tomorrow and we don't hold up above support at 451, this could be a false breakout and we could be coming back down to lower support levels. The lower support levels to watch are at 449 and 446. And remember, the most critical support is still the 20 simple moving average, which will be sitting right around 445. Now, one thing we need to start talking about is a potential blow off top scenario, because when you get these FOMO rallies and you have a lot of skeptics trying to short the market, you could get a blow off top, which is basically going up in a parabolic fashion followed by a parabolic sell off. So in a blow off top scenario, you have to remember that we do have price targets up here on SPY at 457 and right around 460 to 461. So if we start to see SPY going parabolic, we could get to one of these levels and possibly blow off the top, and then we would expect to see a parabolic sell-off to come all the way back down to these support levels. So it's always possible you get a blow off top when you're at all-time highs and you have a ton of skeptics trying to short the market and a ton of people sitting in cash that could still join the FOMO rally. Remember, when we look at the bear bull survey, we still have plenty of people that are neutral and plenty of people that are bearish, and we are starting to get into this parabolic rally. So look for a potential blow off top that could bring SPY to the 460s, or potentially even the fact that we did have somewhat of a blow off top false breakout look today. Now this isn't really a blow off top day, but it is possible we did overshoot that resistance level right around 451 and we're due for a pullback back to a support level like 449 or 446. So anytime you get bullish price action like this, you don't want to be one of those suckers that's chasing it and joining in on the FOMO rally, because you could get caught holding the bag. A lot of very critical market tops or potential tops before a significant correction end exactly how we're seeing the price action now. So don't be one of those suckers trying to chase it now. If you missed out on this rally, just move on and catch the next dip, because chasing this is exactly how you lose a lot of money. Now, I also don't suggest shorting a rally like this because, like I just got done saying, SPY could still go to 460. Knowing SPY can go to 460, this isn't the best time to be trying to short the market, because you could get short squeezed just like the rest of the people trying to short this bull market. We still do have the very strong bull trend and the price action continues to blast through resistance levels. So this is still not a bull market that you want to try to call a top in, and you still don't want to try to short this market until we see it roll over and try to die. Remember, to see this market rolling over, we need to close below this 20 simple moving average and we need to lose the full bull trend, which we have not yet done on SPY. Also note the price action is above the upper Bollinger Band, so we are starting to get a little extended on these price targets and we are seeing the price get well above the 20 simple moving average. So a pullback from these levels would be completely expected and completely healthy, but don't just assume that we have to pull back, because there is the potential this is going to be a blow off top. Jumping over to the triple Qs, we were up over 1.1% today and we see a very bullish candle on the triple Qs closing well above the upper Bollinger Band. Like I told you before, this is definitely looking like a potential blow off top, and anytime we get too far above the upper Bollinger Band, it's always possible we need to come back down or potentially trade sideways until the Bollinger Bands expand. We saw it back here on August 23rd where the price action got well above the upper Bollinger Band, and then we did see very small candles the next couple of days followed by a pullback. So we're getting into that territory now where we could be getting too far overextended and we will be due for a pullback or potentially some sideways price action. Now remember, for the blow off top scenario, we're looking for the next price target on the triple Qs all the way up here at 388. So if you start to see the price action going parabolic into resistance at 388, that could be the blow off top scenario and we could see a sharp sell off after we get there. So watch for that next critical resistance level up here in the 380s for the QQQs. To the downside, we still have potential support at 376 and our support trend line right around 370. And that 20 simple moving average is also going to be right around 370 as soon as tomorrow. So look for strong support at 370 with the gap close below that at 368. Remember, if we close below our 20 simple moving average, it will start to look like the market's rolling over. So that will be your most critical support level to watch. On the Dow Jones, we were down 0.14% today, and we got very close to that resistance level at 355 before we saw the pullback. Price action still above all the moving averages, and we still have the full bull trend, and we do now have critical support right around 353. The gap closes at 351.8, and we still have strong support at 351, with upside resistance at 355 and 359, with the previous all-time high resistance level at 356.6. On the Russell 2000, we were down 0.41% today, getting rejected exactly where you would expect to see a rejection at that 227 level. Remember, we had that extremely bullish candle on Friday where the price action just went way too far, way too fast, and hit a wall right at that resistance level at 227, and now we're seeing a pullback. Overall, this is a bullish pullback because we still have price action well above all the moving averages, and it gives time for the bull trend to develop. So on the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, you want to look for support down here right around 224, which was the previous breakout level. If we don't hold that level as support, we could come back down to the 50 EMA right around 222 or the 20 simple moving average right around 221. Below 221, look for support at 219, and below that, we're likely going to close the gap at 216. But overall, the Russell 2000 is starting to look bullish. The longer the Russell 2000 spends with price action above the 50 EMA, the more bullish it will become, and it will start to develop bullish trending. Above the 227 resistance breakout level, look for resistance at 230 and 233. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 0.62% today, closing right on top of that resistance level right around 123. We are starting to develop some bullish trending yet again. We just need to get that 13 EMA back over the 20 simple moving average, and ARKK will be in a full bull trend. Remember, ARKK is coming off of a pretty significant sell-off where it did find support right around 114 and started bouncing, and it's back above all the moving averages with the price action. So above 123, look for resistance at 125.6 and 128. And if we get that full bull trend, we will still have strong support at 120, and it will be a buy the dip scenario. On the VIX, we were down 1.22% today, and we did see the VIX closing a little bit of that gap, which won't fully close until the VIX gets back to 15.7. That's also a support trend line, so we could see volatility coming back into this market once we see the VIX closing the gap. Look for that potential blow off top scenario where the VIX gets crushed down to close the gap, finds support after the huge parabolic run up, and then we could see a huge spike in the VIX during the sell-off, and we should see the VIX getting back above 18.2 and potentially even back above 20. Remember, if the VIX closes above 23, we're looking for a stock market correction, so those are your critical levels to watch on the VIX. If the VIX continues to get crushed and it heads back down towards 14, this bull market will continue to grind higher to brand new all-time highs. So watch the VIX closely and watch those critical levels. On Bitcoin, we're currently pretty flat on the day, only down about 0.33%, and we do see Bitcoin starting to trade sideways ever since it got close to that resistance level at 51,000. We still do have the full bull trend, and we still have price action holding up above critical support, which is now at 47,500. Below that support level, Bitcoin will look like it's starting to roll over and potentially lose the bullish trend, and you'll need to watch for support at 45,000 and 43,500. Below that, we could see Bitcoin start to break down, and it could go through a correction. So right now, Bitcoin still looks bullish, and a breakout above 51,000 should send it back up to about $60,000. So Bitcoin's at a do or die situation where it's either going to bounce and break out of resistance, or it's going to break down and lose the bull trend, and then things could get a lot more choppy. On Amazon, we had a very bullish day today, going up over 2.1%, and Amazon no longer looks like just a dead cat bouncing. We got price action back above the 50 EMA and price action close above resistance at 3,400. So this is a very bullish price action breakthrough for Amazon, and it is starting to push and close some of that gap above. Remember, the gap doesn't fully close until about 3,580, but price action above 3,400 does significantly increase the probability that Amazon is going to close that gap much sooner. So if we can see Amazon regaining the bullish trending and the price action staying above about 3,400, we could see a bull market in Amazon yet again that could propel it back up to about 3,800. Now don't look too far ahead because we still have to get above resistance levels at 3,500 and the resistance trend line right around 3,527. Above that, we still have resistance at 3,552 and the full gap closes at 3,580. So there is still a ton of resistance levels above, but the good news is this is no longer just a dead cat bounce and we do have price action forming another daily high. So overall, this is a bullish breakthrough for Amazon. So watch for support at 3,400, 3,384, and down here right around 3,315. On Tesla stock, we also have another bullish breakout with Tesla going up 2.67% and very close to fully closing that gap above at 732.5. Remember, if Tesla breaks out above 732, the price target is sitting up here at 765, so Tesla will have quite a bit of room to run if it does break out. Tesla is officially back in the full bull trend as of today, and it will have support now at 715 and that 20 simple moving average right around 704. Below 704, look for support at 692 and the 50 EMA at 682. But overall, with the full bull trend and the price action breakout of resistance, it looks like Tesla will have no trouble closing that gap above, and then it really could start to run to that next price target in the 760s. So Tesla looks very bullish, and as you can tell from the chart, Tesla did close at a brand new daily high, so this is still forming higher highs and higher lows in this bull market. On Apple stock, we also had a very bullish day with Apple going up over 3% and getting that bullish price action breakout. We saw price action closing well above 151 and we did get a confirmation breakout of the wedge to the bull side. We still have the strong bull trend and price action did get a positive bounce off of that 20 simple moving average of support. So looking at Apple, it looks like it has no trouble going higher to get to our price target at 156, and we're seeing all of this bullish breakthrough on increasing volume. So there's no way you can look at Apple as our market moving stock as anything other than bullish, which should help push the rest of the market higher with it. To the downside, we'll now have support right around the breakout level of 151 and our 20 simple moving average at 148. On the financial sector, we were down 1.4% today, closing back below the 5 EMA, but we still do have the full bull trend on the financials. The industrial sector was down 0.11% today with price action still above all the moving averages, and we still do have the full bull trend. The healthcare sector did bounce off of that 20 simple moving average today, going up 0.56% and closing back above all the moving averages. For the time being, the healthcare sector is holding on to that bullish trend, and we are seeing a positive bounce off support. The energy sector was down 1.18% today, getting rejected at the 50 EMA, but finding support above the 20 simple moving average. The energy sector is trying to fight off a bear market by trying to close back above that 50 EMA. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, this is definitely going to be a potential blow off top scenario if we continue to climb higher from here. Watch those price targets on SPY at 457 and 461 as very strong potential resistance. Remember, the higher we go, the riskier this market gets. So now is not the time to be taking on too much risk. Make sure you're locking in some profits and start raising some cash, because at these levels, we actually could start seeing a stock market correction. So this isn't a bull market that I want you to try to short, so you're much better off just raising cash and preparing for the inevitable pullback that we will get once we eventually hit one of these critical targets. Don't bother trying to call a top, just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Also remember that I do have my own trade alert service that does very well in all market conditions called BANC Trade Alerts. You get all of your buy and sell alerts directly via email and text message, and I'm currently running a 50% off promotion code for your first month. If you're interested in trying out BANC Trade Alerts, you can find out all of the details on how to join in the description below. I also have the Stocks Channel Discord where I do intraday updates and analysis to help you navigate this market and stay on the right side of the trade. If you're interested in joining the Stocks Channel Trading Discord community, you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.